Hello, everybody. This is Vern's Talk Show, and today I got Ginger and I got JR from the Coldwell Banker Realtor, and we're going to be talking about their business when they started. And I know these two get along really good together. I think they all do.
Yes, we do.
And that's a good thing, you know, that you do. And if more of would get along, be better world, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Yep,
Lot
sure
better.
would. Yep.
Okay, you can introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Ginger Kosmosky, and I've been in real estate for 38 years. I've been with Coldwell Banker Seward for 27 years, full-time. And in the area in Wisconsin Rapids, I sell homes in Wisconsin Rapids, Nakusa, Port Edwards, you know, the lakes, go up to Plover, Pittsville, Vesper, the whole area. So I'd be happy to help anyone.
My name is J.R. Seward. I'm the broker-owner of Coldwell Banker Seward Realtors. We're a third-generation company. Our company actually started in 1924. My grandfather, Valentine Seward, started the company, and my father joined him in 1953. And I joined the firm in 1978. So happy to be here today to be on Vern's Talk Show.
Thank you very much. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking.
This is something I really like to do. I mean, you know, I like to talk to people. I go on all day.
You can tell that you enjoy it.
I mean, you know, it's that's just how I am, you know. Rather be this way than any other way.
Good for you.
That's great.
And like I said, I've been in the music business. I've been in all kinds of business. But we won't go that route now. But I mean, you know, it's just one of those things that you do something you like to do, you keep on doing it.
That's right.
You know, just like this year, I started this out, what, 8 months ago. I'm doing very well with it. I mean, which I'm really surprised myself. Yes, well, I'm a great talker, you know, as you notice.
Ginger told me that about you.
Oh, jeez. Do you tell me like this? Okay, we get started here.
Okay.
It says here, what kind of changes have you seen in the real estate market for the last 2 years?
Ginger, would you like to comment on that?
Well, I can start. We've seen fewer homes come on the market. There's fewer listings available for sale. Homes have appreciated slightly in the last 2 years. We've seen the market change from a buyer's market to more of a seller's market because the inventory is down, and we're selling as many homes actually as we did back in 2007. We were selling 297 homes in a year, and the last 2 years it was over 500. We took a dip between 2007 and 2016-17, but we're back up there again now. So things are looking good for the real estate market.
This is our second year in a row where the market has outperformed the prior year.
Oh, okay.
And right now, year over year, it's running another 16%
Okay.
in terms of number of homes sold year over year. So that's good news for our area, because when the real estate business is doing well, that's a sign that the economy is stable and that there's things that are happening, positive things.
Oh, sure.
There's consumer confidence, and that's really important. Interest rates have been low for many years in a row now. Right now, at the time that we're doing this show, you can still get a fixed rate mortgage for 30 years for around 4%. And it's been in that area now for probably a good 5-6 years. And even though rates haven't gone down much recently, the sales have gone up, and I think it's because of the consumer confidence.
Oh, sure. Got a lot to do with it. Oh, yeah.
Our area's doing good.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. Now, I'm going to back up a little bit here. What made you get in the realtor business?
What made
Was
me
that
get
too hard
into
a
the real?
question?
Well, it is a little bit of a hard question.
You can't remember that far back?
It was a long time ago, 38 years ago, so,
Well, you're 30 years older too.
well, I liked working with people.
Oh, sure, I
You
know
know,
that.
that was the main thing. You need to like working with people. I like the fact that, you know, when helping them find a home,
Sure. Well, yeah.
and the satisfaction you get, you know, when you find the right home for that person, or the seller can move on because you've sold their home, and you know, they had a change in life for whatever reason they're selling their home. You know, you're helping them. You're helping people. And it's very
How
gratifying.
long ago did you start this?
The real estate?
Yeah.
How long well, I started, like I say, 38 years ago.
30 years.
You know, I got my license, and then I started right into real estate
Oh, that's good.
and worked full-time right from the very beginning.
You must have liked it.
I did, and I
mean,
still do.
You meet people, you know.
Yes.
Different house showings and
Uh-huh.
that I know you get a little return when I come in, but.
No.
No.
You know, and it's a lot of times it's a long-term relationship.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
very much
Because,
Yeah.
you know, you'll sell a home, and 20 years later, someone will walk in the office, they'll say, "You sold us our home 20 years ago."
Yeah, that's up.
And it's like, yes, and I remember it was down there on Oak Street, you know, and I see him again. It's just so nice because you have this relationship,
Oh,
and then you
sure.
continue it, you know.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's
The-
also very
The
gratifying.
exciting thing about our business, Vern, is that when you've been in the business for a while, not only do you have an opportunity to work with people like yourself, you know, who
Mhm.
maybe, you know, bought a home from us years ago and now are
Oh, sure.
coming back because things
Uh-huh.
have changed in life,
Well, yeah.
like Ginger explained, it becomes a lifetime relationship. We're even at a point in our career where we are now, you know, working with some of our clients' children
sure.
That's
who are
right.
now buying homes.
Oh, sure.
2-3 generations.
Oh, yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
You're
Oh,
the
yeah,
family
that's-
realtor, so
Oh, yeah, that's.
you work with them, and then their children, and
Uh-huh.
even the grandchildren
sure.
now. So
Mhm.
that's,
Well, it's nice to work with something that you like. I mean,
is.
Mhm.
You know, like you get along good together. Well, everybody does down there, I'm pretty sure of that,
mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
And that's what really makes a business.
Mhm. It does. It does.
Because people walk in, you know, oh, hey, this is a nice place.
Mhm.
People can sense that
Oh, yes.
right when they come in the door.
Yes, they do. They do.
Yep,
Oh, yeah, because I know I've been in business too, you know.
yep.
Of course, I've been in the tavern business, been in music business, but I'll tell you what, you know who the heck your friends are.
Mhm.
Mhm.
They pick you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because of what you
That's
do.
very true.
I found that out a
Yep,
long time
that's very-
ago.
that's very true.
I mean,
Yep.
it's a nice feeling though. Very
Yes,
nice.
it really is.
You bet it is, you know, you get along with the vicinity, I mean, you know, with the people here,
Uh-huh.
you know, get to know them,
Uh-huh.
you're your best friends.
Yes.
I found that out.
Mhm.
Okay, now, does that include we're done with the first one here?
Mhm.
Okay, the second one is, what can put a buyer or a seller in the best possible position in today's market?
Okay. You want to take the buyer and I'll take
Sure.
the seller?
Well, the
Okay.
best thing a buyer can do is to get pre-qualified. There's a lot of lenders out there, and it's a good idea to interview more than one, bank or financial institution, you know, and get pre-qualified. See what they have to offer, what interest rate, and what the closing costs are, what different programs they have available.
Right.
Because that'll help me too when they do find a home and they do make an offer on a
Oh,
home.
sure.
If I have a letter of pre-approval, that'll help their position as a buyer. It
Oh,
also
yeah.
helps me on how to write the offer, you know, what they're putting down, what interest rate, what type of loan they're getting. Because that's information that a seller needs to
Oh,
know
sure.
when they look at the offer. It's not just the price, what they're offering, it's what kind of loan, how much they have down, and so that all enters into their decision
Oh,
on
sure.
whether they should accept the offer, counter it, or reject it.
Right.
And if they get into a position where there's more than one buyer for that home at the same time.
Oh, sure.
There's multiple buyers. If they have this loan pre-approval letter, that'll help their position compared to the other buyer that doesn't have maybe a loan pre-approval letter with the offer.
Oh, sure.
And we're very fortunate in our area to have a lot of good local lenders.
Yes.
And we have lenders that have programs that are available to buyers with as little as 3% down. There are even programs out there, if people qualify from an income standpoint, or like the Rural Development Program, which there's areas, right outside of the city of Wisconsin Rapids, where a buyer can actually get 100% financing.
Have
So
nothing
like-
down.
Like,
Yeah.
like Ginger said, if, they talk to one of those lenders,
Right.
they're gonna then try to fit what program's gonna fit best for their income and their situation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Makes a difference, doesn't it?
It does. And then also, for a buyer, once they're pre-approved, they're pre-qualified, then, to sit down and talk to us, about,
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure.
we can work with the buyer as a buyer agent.
Oh, yeah.
We can represent them in a sale. So we can do a market analysis for them. Once they pick a home they like, we can do a market analysis and help them decide what to offer for the home.
I bet you a lot of them, they don't know about this.
They don't know,
I mean,
yeah.
that's
Sure.
why you tell them.
We can say, yeah, there's a home down the street, it's very similar, I can show you, this home sold for this much. So I think what you should offer is probably close to that for this home.
Now I'm going to ask you, how far out do you go in the vicinity?
Well, I go probably within, I would say 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I think an hour, gets a little far out, but within 40, sometimes I've gone an hour,
Oh, yeah.
drive, but usually it's within that
See, why I asked this
50
is,
miles.
why I asked this is because, people would like to know,
Mhm.
this is what this program is about. And maybe you get more business this way. I mean, you
Yeah.
never know.
Well, and also,
And,
if it's out of our area, we can refer that buyer to
Right.
a
that-
Coldwell
That was
Banker
my next
office.
question, yeah.
Yeah, in another area, and so we
Okay.
have that communication between us. I interview the other agent on
sure.
the other end,
Oh,
that
yeah.
I'm referring this buyer to. I talk to that other agent about this buyer, and their needs.
Oh, sure.
And then I give that other agent the buyer's name, and they
Oh, yeah.
call the buyer, and so they
Oh, sure.
have this help from another agent that I've talked to.
Yeah.
And then they know that they're working with somebody that's professional, that,
Oh, sure.
we have checked out, and
yeah.
that they're working with somebody they can trust.
And it can be out of the state too, it doesn't have
Oh,
to
it
be
does.
just,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it can be
Not-
anywhere in the United
Not just in here,
States.
but you can be out
Sure,
Anywhere, yep.
anywhere,
anywhere they're moving to, I can help them.
like Chicago, Milwaukee, around
Yes.
all over,
Oh, sure, anywhere,
anywhere.
yeah.
Oh, you're going all the long ways there. But that's all right, though. I mean,
Yep.
it's, people like to know this, you'd be surprised.
Sure,
When you mention, Vern, that, there's some things that buyers don't know, and some buyers aren't aware that even if it doesn't have a Coldwell Banker sign on it, that we can still show them that property. And no matter who has that property listed, we can act as their realtor. So it's not like in the car business where if you want to buy a Chevy, you have to go to this dealership. If you want to buy a Chrysler, you have to go to this dealership. We're able to help them no matter who has that property for sale.
Right, yeah. Yeah, well, I know all about car business. Jeez. No. No, I understand what you're saying. I mean, it's the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
You betcha. Okay, are we done with that one now? I guess so. Okay, how can a seller find out what their home is worth?
Okay. We believe that the best way we can help our clients is to do a market study to see what other homes similar to it have been selling for. But then the other piece to that is what currently is for sale.
Oh, sure.
And so when an appraisal is done, they mainly just look at what is sold, which is only historical.
Oh, yeah.
So one of our jobs and one of our skills is to say, yes, this is what these types of homes are selling for, but because of the small number of homes that might be available right now between $110,000 and $130,000 price range, we may be able to recommend something
Oh, sure.
even a little more because of the way the market is trending.
Okay.
That's where our expertise comes in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm sure that the people would like to know, what's going on in the realtor business or whatever.
Right, right. And they don't have to wait until they're ready to sell it today. And that's one thing that we would like our viewers to know, is that if they would like to have a market study done on their home, we call it a CMA, a comparative market analysis, that we're willing to come out and do that. There is not a charge for that.
Okay.
And it'll help them, because they may not have made their mind up yet. They may be trying to decide, I'm not sure if I'm ready yet, but I'd kind of like to know what I'm starting with.
Yeah.
And so that is a service that we provide.
Mhm. Well, they like to know what they can get out of their place.
Exactly.
I mean, and I don't know if you're too far off or what. I mean, maybe they are, maybe not. I don't know.
Some people are really close, and others don't even have a clue.
Yeah. Well, it's the vicinity that you're in. I
Yep,
mean, you can be in town here or you can be out,
yep,
say, 5 miles or so, could be a difference,
right.
Definitely.
Mhm. Yep.
Because I've been around quite a bit. I mean, you know that.
Yes.
I mean, it's and different houses and that,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's interesting,
Mhm.
Yeah, the
that
price
way,
varies,
yeah.
depending
Oh,
on where
yeah.
it's located,
Oh,
definitely.
sure,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You try to use the sales that are close to this property,
right.
similar, close. And also, if you can get a sale that is in like the last 6 months or 3 months, because it's a very volatile market, prices can go up, prices can go down.
Mhm.
So, and also when we come out and do a market analysis, if it's a while before you put it on the market, then we like to come out again and refresh that market analysis, do another one for you. So it may have gone up since then, too.
Oh, sure,
Yep.
yeah, well, it
value.
could change.
It can change, and it does.
It probably can change, from year to year,
Oh, most definitely.
or
Yeah, definitely from
or
year to
even,
year.
probably even 6 months, maybe.
Even
It-
6 months
yep, it
now, the way
could.
the market
Yep,
is
in this
going.
market, most definitely.
Yeah, it could either go down or it can go up,
Mhm.
or stay the same. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
Right, right.
And also, if you've had an appraisal that was done a year ago or 2 years, or, that might not be relevant right now
Mhm.
to what the market is doing.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of difference there, I'll tell you.
It is.
You gotta know what you're doing, and tell the people whatever,
And our information is current, it's up to date. We know a sale that occurred last week, so we
Even
have
this
that.
morning.
Even this morning, so we have all
Oh,
that.
sure.
We know the sales that are pending.
Mhm.
We have them. We don't know what they're gonna sell for, but we're getting about 97, 98% of what a home is listed at right now. So that makes a difference too. We gotta kind of factor that in there in the value of, that we put on the home.
Mhm. How long does it take to sell a house?
Okay.
I mean, it's.
Want me to answer that?
it all
Sure,
depends
go
on
ahead.
Sure. Well, if you put all the homes that sell into a pot and stir it up, 144 days. But a home for 70,000 versus a home for 700,000, the difference in terms of how long that home is going to be up for sale varies greatly.
Oh.
So that's part of that market analysis that Ginger talked about.
Oh, sure.
We're going to take a look and see what homes in a seller's price range are selling for
Mhm.
and be able to give them an indication. I was just working on one this morning. the home is gonna be priced somewhere between 120 and 135,000. And in that particular price range, the average days on market are 88 days.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big difference from 144, that big
Oh, yeah.
pot we were
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about,
Oh,
right?
sure.
So that's part of the market analysis that we're
Mhm.
talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So when, if I may step in, when we
Please.
get this price range of like 120 to 135, you may say, well, how do we fine tune the listed price?
Mhm.
Well, you fine tune it based on, a lot on the condition of the home, how well it shows. You know, and because you might have one at 120, but the condition is kind of poor, so, you know.
Mhm.
But the ones that are in better condition move up. So
Sure.
if a seller starts out, we do a market analysis, and at the condition it is, when we do the market analysis, we put it at, we say probably around the 125, they could still bring it up a little bit if they did some improvements to the
Right,
home.
right.
Mhm.
That makes a big difference.
And that's how we can help them also.
Oh, yeah.
There are times when we get asked, Vern, should I put in the new carpeting? Should I paint?
Oh,
What
yeah.
about, remodeling the bathroom?
Mhm.
What about putting in new windows? That's part of what we can help you figure out, whether or not it makes sense
Mhm.
to do that and
Oh,
how
sure.
that's going to impact
Oh, yeah.
the value of the home.
Yeah. Well, to the people, it's a good thing they know this,
Yes.
what you're saying. I mean, it helps out a lot,
Right,
I would
right.
think. Yeah, I know it helps me out.
Well, good,
Mhm.
good. That's good to hear. That's why we're here.
Oh, yeah. So, that's why I got you here. I mean, you talk about your realtor, I mean, and that the business and that, how it goes.
Yes.
I don't know how it goes,
Right, right. Mhm.
But I mean, there's a lot of people, they don't know, and a lot of them, they probably think they do know, and, well, after they talk to you, then they know.
Right.
But, put a long story short,
I think I'm going to write that one down and read it a couple times.
yeah, after that, you can just memorize it, right?
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Okay, are we done with that one now?
It's up to you.
Okay, we go on to the fourth one here. How does a homeowner go about soliciting a real estate agent and company?
Okay. And how do they go about selecting one?
Right.
Okay. There's a lot of things that should go into that. And unlike when you're going to buy something off the shelf, it shouldn't be just based on price. Because if you were going to select an attorney to represent you, you would want to know what their experience is in the area that you're looking for representation in, right?
Mhm.
If you were going to go to a physician, a doctor, and you wouldn't go to a foot doctor for brain surgery, right?
Right.
So you really need to know that you're working with somebody that has experience, and what are they going to do for you?
Mhm.
What are the things that they're going to do to market that property? What is their track record with other sellers that they've represented?
Right.
How long have they been in business?
Mhm.
All of those factors are important. What types of things do they do to attract buyers?
Mhm.
In fact, one of the things that I wanted to comment on, and Ginger and I talked about this before the show, is that we even have research that will tell us where buyers are coming from
Mhm.
and for our market area.
Oh, sure.
And we have ways now through social media of going and sending information about a seller's property to buyers that are coming from those areas.
Mhm. Sure. Mhm. Oh, yeah. There's lots of that.
A lot of technology right now
Yeah,
comes
you bet
into
it is.
play.
You bet
So,
it. I suppose a lot more now than it was from years ago.
oh, definitely.
I mean, because, things have changed considerably. I mean, it has.
Yes.
And, okay, 5 minutes, we got 5 minutes yet. Okay, are we done with that one now? Okay, what does a real estate agent do to help the seller to get their home ready for sale?
Go ahead.
Well, it depends on what the seller, needs done. We can help them, we can connect them with companies that'll help them move things out of their home. Just, take these things that they have, maybe move them to a storage unit, maybe move them to Goodwill, maybe move them to be, just trashed out. We have companies that we know that can come in there and clean the home for them. We have a stager that I use quite a bit that will come and she'll meet with you for about an hour and maybe give you some advice on, moving things around, the furniture around, maybe putting a pool of light maybe in that corner, a lamp to brighten it up, change the colors of the room or whatever. So we have a lot of, people that we can connect you with that'll help you, so.
And for our viewers that may be able to look up things online, we actually can send them a video on ideas for pricing their home, ideas for staging their home, like Ginger mentioned. So we have both those kind of resources and the people resources available to help those sellers in what they need to do to get the best price for their property.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, there is a lot to this realtor business.
Yes, there is.
I mean, it's, I know I've been around a lot of them, but, we never got to talk like we do now. I mean, it's just one of those things. But 4 of them, 3 of them, okay. Well, we're gonna be closing pretty soon for the first half an hour.
Okay.
That went pretty fast.
It did?
It did.
It sure did. I mean, and have you got anything to add to this other question I asked before we go on to the next one?
No, we'd just like to thank you for hosting this show and making it available to, the viewers that are out there.
Oh,
It
sure.
doesn't, when I think about it, how nice that the viewers have an opportunity to learn some of these things, and
sure.
without your show, that
Yeah.
wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
How often does somebody get a chance to kind of go behind
Right,
the scenes
right.
and
Oh,
sit
yeah.
and
Yeah.
talk to, professionals that have been in the
Right.
business as long as we have.
Yeah. And another thing, you don't know who watches this. I mean, there's
Right.
around the whole vicinity around here,
Mhm.
Marshville and all over. You're on.
Good, that's great. Thank you very much for giving us this
I mean,
opportunity.
Well, I like to
Really
give
appreciate
everybody-
it.
Okay, we got 2 minutes yet, and we'll close this first one out
Okay, all right.
in a few minutes, and then we'll start in with the other one.
That sounds real good.
That sounds
And,
good.
We'll take a little
Yeah.
break,
Okay,
Uh-huh.
walk around a little bit, because I know if I sit too long, I can't get up hard.
Oh, no.
we'll help you out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know you would. I know you would, so.
Well, thank you again for the opportunity
But
to
that's-
talk to your
it's
audience.
My pleasure.
Appreciate
I mean, I really like this. Talk to different people,
Uh-huh.
and that. And,
Really gets the information out that,
well,
Yeah.
it helps you.
Uh-huh.
It really does.
Sure.
I mean, some people, they really, go into this. They, well, because they're on TV, we could see what they have to say.
Sure.
Uh-huh. That's
And,
right.
they put it all down in the mind, boy, I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I meet a lot of people, boy.
I bet you do.
And I'm happy about it. I did this through all my life. I mean, like I said, I had a band years ago and meet a lot of people there. I mean, and I tell you, we really had a ball. I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I have them today. I'm having a ball today.
That's
mean-
great to hear.
Oh, boy.
That's great to
You know,
hear.
it's nice to be happy. All done?